of other controversial topics that people are probably going to get mad at me over. So there's this whole thing about Tyler, the Creator, coming out as gay.
Yeah.
And apparently he had been trying to come out for like 3 years, but no one
What,
took
was he
him
like
seriously.
dropping subtle hints for years?
He had a song, I don't know if it was a real lyric or not, but it sounds like some shit he would say where he was just like, I've been kissing white boys since 2014.
Yeah, or 2004 or something like that.
Yeah, some shit.
That's
and
a while.
Apparently he dropped some, like on Twitter or Instagram, he's been like posting pictures of like cute guys or whatever and going like, oh, the dude on the left is so hot, you guys. And going like, apparently he posted some cryptic picture that was like really weird, but it just showed someone like opening a door and who looked like they were like, they colored like a rainbow flag and just going like, is it safe? You know, like shit like that. And so it's just like, oh yeah, like if he is gay, you know, that's cool, like awesome for him. But we're in the internet age where no one wants to be fooled. So if someone like fucking Tyler, the Creator, is talking about, hey guys, I'm gay, literally the first thing I'm thinking is, yeah, okay. You know?
I do wonder to an extent, but like, I don't think anyone's gonna go through the trouble of doing that if they're not.
Well, it wasn't. It was the song, right? That was the one of the songs on the record. He was sitting there talking about.
That's what got people to pay attention, but they were looking back at these things that he had already put up like years and years ago. Things that you can find right now.
Well, I think that the whole thing, the reason why people are skeptical or didn't believe him before or never even thought about it is because he would always be saying gay jokes all the time. And
Exactly.
So it was like, just like you couldn't tell if he was joking or saying like, oh yeah, I'm gay or whatever. And like now, that was the thing is like when I saw it, because like I didn't actually know until Muse said something to me. And like he tweeted in that DM or whatever, and I was just like, "Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing." But it doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying it's just like
right.
like I wouldn't look at him any different. You know what I'm saying? It's just the same thing.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
You know,
But
it
the thing
is
that
interesting though.
But the thing that I don't like is like him being like surprised that people aren't taking him seriously. Like, because the tweet that he put out was like, I've been trying to come out for years now and no one's been taking it seriously. It's like, well, you mix lyrics about being gay with lyrics about tying up people in your basement and being goddamn Dracula. People aren't going to take that shit seriously. And like, it's not like he had a song where it's like, all right, cut the jokes. For real, I'm gay. Like, it was always mixed with a whole bunch of outlandish shit.
Yeah, I don't think that he's like seriously like you know, the way that tweet was like worded
he's not
doesn't make it
heartbroken over it.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
seems
no.
like that he's just like kind of taking it, you know, like, oh, like you guys didn't believe me, or like, oh, I'm surprised, or y'all are surprised now. I'm not really surprised. I mean, I think that's a big step for him, and that's great that he's like come out and said it. If he is really gay, if he's not, I'm not gonna think of it any differently either way.
Yeah, see,
you know?
that's the thing. Is like, if he is gay, then it's like, hey, you know, that's really cool. Coming out doing your thing, do you, man? But if you're not, dude, fuck you for like trying to take, you know, an actual thing that people have traumatic problems with as a joke. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, and
But
that's
I don't
why
think
I'm
that
kinda,
I think he's grown up a lot. Like, I don't think, because like you notice he's like not saying the FAG word as much and shit in the
He's saying
fucking
book.
If this was 2012, I would think it's more of a joke. But, I mean,
Yeah.
even since we reviewed fucking Cherry Bomb, I was able to notice that there was
Yeah.
at least some maturing. And especially now,
Very true.
like what I was trying to say
Especially
before,
with-
what...
yeah, with Frank Ocean, like,
Oh,
why would he do that?
Yeah, like,
You know?
what could you possibly gain from coming out and then saying, no, it was a joke? Like, there is nothing positive that can come from that, because A, like me and you were talking about, hip-hop as a scene isn't welcoming to homosexuals largely yet.
Well, the thing is people want to act like it's like oh yeah, everyone's accepting of gay people now, but like McConan came out as gay, and like I didn't really like he's kind of like a weird eclectic dude, so I was just like, yeah, that doesn't even sort of surprise me. He seems like the type of dude that would be like rapping about drugs and shit and also be gay, and I would totally believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like selling drugs and shit. And I remember I was completely unfazed, just like the majority of the world would be. But then you got like fucking Migos coming out here and saying like, oh no, he didn't sell drugs because he's gay, and if you're gay, you're not masculine, so you're not tough.
The fact that there's no artist that can be out there and be like, boom, I'm gay, in the same strong vein that someone would say, boom, I'm black and I'm proud, just feels like it tells me that there's still the stigma there.
Oh, yeah.
It has not been open like that yet. And I hate that people are acting like it is, like fucking Joe Budden, who's like, oh man, it's not a big thing to come out as gay. It's not a big deal. People are totally okay with it. It's like, no, they're fucking not. Because if they were, all these people that are supposedly closeted or whatever would have been out by now.
Can we just accept that Joe Budden has bad opinions about everything?
Yeah.
like everyone's just like, yeah, like here's the thing is like I remember growing up like listening like Slaughterhouse and shit and the shit before and I was like, damn, I always thought Joe Budden was like such a good lyricist and shit, and now I just do not care because it's like it's one of those things like I feel like hip hop really is kind of like identity based. Like it is like you like people because not all the time but a lot of times because you either relate to them or it helps you escape. You know, and then like when that's completely shattered and then you see like the person's kind of a scummy dude or like kind of annoying or like an old fuck who has these views that are very but no
Look at you.
Yeah, but no, like what I'm getting at though is it's like it's hard to listen to him without being like, man, he is kind of a piece of shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, okay. So what's funny to me is that Joe Budden actually said this quote on the Everyday Struggle show. He said, "When do you hear about straight men joking about being gay for years like that?" And I was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Wow.
I just put up 3 quotes from Eminem, like, me and Draven fucking with hats off. I was just checking the mail. Get it? Checking the mail. And Hector, I'll bisexually wreck ya. I was like, that's not even a random rapper. That's your boy.
Yeah.
You know? That's your boy.
like
You don't gotta go far.
Yeah, exactly. But
So,
I don't know. I
about?
think that people just want to fucking like pick out things that like support their narrative or support like whatever it is, and
just to start some shit. Really.
Yeah, and I
create some buzz.
I think you can't lie and say that Joe Budden doesn't say wild ass shit, so people will talk about him now because that's like the only reason people have been talking about fucking Joe Budden is because he says wild ass shit all the time. I feel like he's like Charlemagne. You know how Charlemagne was? Like he would say some like he would always like be pushing artists and shit, but like Charlemagne's just like more interesting. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hate that shit with Charlemagne, though. I hate it when he does that, though, because there are times when he'll genuinely pick apart someone and be like, oh, that's a really good point. You're putting their feet to the fire on it. But there will be other times where he's just saying shit, like, just to provoke them. My example was, there was a time when he had Kanye West on the show, and they were talking about something else completely different, and then he just goes, yeah, but I hated Yeezus, though. Yeezus was horrible.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like, Kanye West just, like, responded like, okay. Because it was just like, and you know, of course, people were like, "Oh, he got Kanye off guard," but at the same time, it's just like, well, it wasn't related to what the fuck they were talking about. So
if you randomly screamed in the middle of the conversation, you would have caught him off guard.
Yeah, it's just like
exactly.
literally like he's just like, okay, so what do you think about this political agenda that's being pushed? Fuck your album.
it's like, what the hell am I supposed to say to that?
Your pen game shit.
But yeah, and so now going back to it, you know, he said, his point, Joe Budden's point was that it's like, oh, it's not that bad for gay people now. These are great for gay people now. It was bad back then, but it's totally good now. And I was like, I get the strange feeling Joe Budden doesn't have the best perspective on coming out as gay. As that, you know, he says that he's all, oh, y'all got flack then, but now it's no big deal. Who cares? And I call bullshit because, like, personally, I'm sick of this cycle of treating a group of people like shit for years. And, you know, finally they're, you know, these marginalized group has had their voices and experiences shit on for decades. And then the moment they're allowed to have a voice, making that marginalization known, it's, oh, shut up, who even cares anymore? So it's basically, before, it's, shut up, gay people, we don't care about you. And now it's, you're free to be who you are. So shut up, gay people, we don't care about you.
Yeah.
We gave you a chance. The fact that we gave you a microphone, you know, should be enough. Now give it back.
Yeah, dude.